victory. Not easy, pretty obvious to see from watching. Second nights of back-to-backs are challenging. The 4 for 20 from three is evidence of that. And then, we had struggles from the free throw line, but, the guys found a collective will to win this game and made a couple extra plays down the stretch. Taylor was great, finishing off a couple of plays late in the fourth. Haliburton had another great all-around game. We had contributions from a lot of different guys, and all eight guys that played, and everybody on the bench was helped out in some way.
Especially considering you're on a back-to-back and you've only got 8 guys tonight, what stood out the most to you about the fourth quarter execution?
Well, we got beat by 3, but in the fourth, but we did enough to hang on and win the game, which was really important. And what stood out to me was that it was a bend don't break type thing. They kept coming at us. They're fresher. They got some really good skill guys. With Kuzma, KCP, and their guards, and and Avdi was driving the ball well, and he made some threes. So, they're going to keep coming. But in the end, we got just enough stops and got the ball in the basket just enough times, to survive it.
Clearly, Tyrese has pretty elite vision. Are you seeing, though, as your team assist numbers have been really high since he's been here, are you seeing his style of play maybe rub off on other players as well? Yeah,
I'd be curious. In our last 4 games, I'd put our assist numbers up against anybody's right now. Even though we've had some struggles winning the games, we're moving it well and doing a lot of good things. So that's certainly part of that is what he brings to the overall equation, and he made a couple of really big plays down the stretch. Made a great pass to Oshae for a big dunk. Got the free throws in at the end, he's a winner.
Tristan Thompson had his best game for you guys tonight since joining the team. What did you see that allowed him to have, the best, especially scoring impact that he's had since joining your team?
Well, it was fun while it lasted. He's going to be joining a different team. He's going to be waived tomorrow, and he'll be joining a contending team in the East, a little bit north. If anybody wants to tweet, starts with a C and ends with an O. But we thanked him for what he's brought for the last 6 or 7 days. He brought a high level of professionalism, and he's done a really good job. Chicago, if anybody didn't get that, yeah, Scott, yeah. I don't mind announcing it because it's going to happen, and what the heck, nothing wrong with speaking the truth. It's a rare instance where you get to thank a guy, in the presence of his teammates, and these guys have an awful lot of respect for who he is, what he's accomplished in the league. Former starter on a championship team, all that kind of stuff, and he played very, very big tonight.
What went into the timing of that move coming today? Is it with the I think if
I don't know. I
talked
to his agent.
Okay.
That's all math stuff, numbers, buyouts, and this, that, and the other. But that's where that's at.
Terry didn't score in the first half for you guys, but 18 in the second half. What allowed him to really come alive and give you guys some key points down the stretch?
He's got a good knack for being in the right places, and he's been an effective player versus switching. So there were some good opportunities that were created. Some off of movement, some off of situations that our guards created, and a couple of them were just big boy, go up and get a rebound and get it back in. And he was terrific. And as this game kind of unfolded, you just weren't sure exactly who was going to finish. Trying to chart out a rotation was something that was going to be difficult. But in the end, we got it done, and we can go on the break on a bit of a high here.
Rick, how does Tyrese change that dynamic closing games? That's obviously been one of the biggest struggles for this team. Is it just not only his ability to score, but find the open man?
Yeah, I just feel like with the addition of an additional playmaker, Malcolm Brogdon is, he's a tremendous all-around guard, and he's a point guard, and we got 2 point guards starting, and they've both played, a significant amount at the 2 position. So they both really understand both positions at a very, very high level. They understand the importance of versatility at the 2 guard positions. And, I just think it's a situation that's going to enhance everyone on the team. More playmakers, more better opportunities, more open shots, more drives to the rim, more free throw attempts, all those kinds of things. So, look, I mean, our team tonight created quite a few really good 3-point looks. It just, second night of a back-to-back, it's just, sometimes hard getting those in the basket. But from a process standpoint, we were doing a lot of things even though we weren't making shots.
And then the question you've been waiting for 10 weeks. It's been 10 weeks now since T.J. McConnell had his surgeries, obviously out of the cast. Is there an expectation or known yet? Will he play it all the rest of the season? Has that yet been determined?
Well, it's certainly possible. The exact timeline is murky. It's hard to say for sure. But, he's in a sling that you saw and in a bandage, and so he'll be in that for 2 or 3 days, and he'll be out of that, and then the more aggressive rehabbing begins, and it'll just we've got a great medical staff. They're great with manual therapy, and if any group of medical people and trainers and therapists can get him going quicker than expected, it'll be Josh and Carl and Patrick. So we'll see, but he's very excited to get the cast off. I know that. I mean, that'd be just raunchy under there.
Rick, I know you talked about Oshae being an opportunistic cutter, and in that same vein, what do you think of the way Terry is able to kind of plug and mesh with everyone and obviously detonate above the rim like he did on Kyle Kuzma?
Yeah, it's in life and in basketball. Resourcefulness is one of the biggest characteristics for success. Guys just, reading the situation, finding out how they fit in, being willing to make sacrifices to enhance others. Both of these guys are winning type people to start with. And those qualities reflect on the floor. They're resourceful. They figure things out. They figure out ways to be effective. I mean, Oshae got the opportunity last year, late in the year, coming into this job. I watched a lot of film on their team. He was, as he began to play, you could see him, adjust, and really do a lot of great things. Taylor has been a great study. He's been super coachable. He's listened to, very precisely to everything that Tom Hankins has said, to G League assistants, to our assistants, to myself, and he's building a niche. He's building a niche in this league. So it's good. It's good. It's great to see.
Tyrese, on a back-to-back and what's been a pretty eventful last week plus for you. You guys are down to 8 tonight. I mean, what was the key to executing down the stretch?
Just making plays, guys being in the right spots. I thought TT and Shea did a really good job. TT as in Terry Taylor, not the other TT. He did a good job too, but I'm just saying those two did a good job down the stretch of being in the right spots at the right times. Cutting and slipping out of ball screens and all that good stuff. So, they made some big plays for us down the stretch, and I thought we got stops down the stretch that allowed us to, win the game.
You talked a little bit about Tristan and what it meant to you to have him coming over here with you, and Rick just announced that he's going to be going on to a different team. Can you just speak a little bit about what's going through your head as you hear that news?
Yeah, I mean, that's became a vet for me. Kind of like a big brother for me, through, when he got the sack and, coming with me here, he's helped guide me, and our conversations have been amazing from the get. Just had a really good relationship. So of course I'm gonna miss him, but he knows he's got my number and I got his. So we'll be in contact at all times, I'm sure.
What did you think of just the way he went out today? I mean, he started, I believe, 7 to 7 from the field, had some dunks, some raising the roof, some flexing. He looked like Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, hell of a way to go out, huh? You know, he's hooping. Made some big plays, you know, for us. Caught that lob. I thought he was really good in the pocket, you know, getting to his spots and getting to his hook. You know, I thought he was a really big lift for us off the bench tonight, and he had a really good game.
Did you think you threw it too high, or can you take us through that play and how it unfolded? Because I thought it was too far. I'll admit that.
Yeah, no, we had that happened one time in SAC. I think we were playing Orlando, and he got a tech after it, so I'm just glad he didn't get a tech. But I always mess with him like he can't catch lobs, so I'm just happy for him that he went up and caught that one. That was fun.
Tyrese, do you mind saying you sat down and you said, "Damn, what?"
I was 6 of 17 from the field.
So yeah, you took more shots than anybody, and yet you clearly don't look like a guy that's trying to get his. Can you just kind of take that non-question and run with it? You look like a guy out there that you're trying to actually get assists.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to play in the flow of the game. Obviously, I'll probably say the best part of my game is how I facilitate, how I get guys involved. You know, but I know I have to be aggressive at the same time to keep people honest and, you know, mix in both those things for me to be at my best and our team to be at our best. So just trying to stay aggressive while also getting guys involved. And I feel like I got some good looks tonight. Just for some reason they weren't falling, but I thought guys made me look good and hit shots for me when it was needed and, you know, allowed me to stay in it.
Tyrese, how unusual is this to your left? Has this week been just in terms of numbers, a numbers game of teammates that you haven't been available and trying to figure that out on the fly?
Yeah. The whole week's been crazy. So, you know, we knew tonight we were going to be low on numbers. You know, but what can you do? We still got to go out there and hoop. So, you know, looking forward to after All-Star break. Hopefully we got some more guys back. You know, and I'm looking forward to playing with those guys. So, you know, as time moves forward.
What do you look forward to most at All-Star Weekend? And will you be there the whole time or leave after Friday?
Nah, I'm out. I'm out of there. No disrespect to Cleveland, but I'm out of there. I'm looking forward to just, you know, seeing, you know, all the other young guys, you know, getting to hang around those guys. It's always a good time. You know, again, looking forward to just conversations, and I'm sure I'm going to be getting a lot of questions about, you know, what's kind of went on in the last week. So just looking forward to talking and being around those guys. You know, just looking forward to go and have fun, you know, and you know, enjoy this new format we got going on at the Rising Stars game and have fun, but also try to win at the same time. But I'm out of there Saturday. I got to get back to SAC and get some get on my clothes and stuff. So yeah, I'm out of there.
Can you take us through the emotion of the Terry Taylor dunk as well? He went up and detonated. I saw Lance flex, and it seemed like that was another pivotal play to just really kind of put your foot down at the end of the game. Yeah,
those are momentum swinging plays for sure. You know, I thought the momentum was weird because the ref didn't count it as a bucket at first and then gave it to us, so it was kind of weird. But no, I thought TT played a really good game. He did a really good job of slipping out and getting to the pocket where I can hit him. And our relationship's growing every day, and I'm learning him and he's learning me. He just I got on him last game about finding me more on these outlets, like throwing it to me, because I'm going to get it right back to him more times than not. So, you know, I think that's just been good for us in our conversations. You know, that we're honest with each other, and that's helping us grow.
Oshae, especially considering the circumstances, back-to-back tonight, just 8 players available. What stood out to you about the way you guys were able to execute down the stretch?
How locked in everyone was. I felt like, you know, the past couple games we were really close there, and I feel like today was just a great step in the right direction, showing how, you know, we're growing together as a team and really learning each other and, you know, really wanting to find that will to win. And I feel like we did that today.
Your team assist numbers are through the roof since Tyrese came over, and clearly some of that is his assist numbers being high, but it seems like it's had a positive effect on all of you that the ball movement is better. Are you noticing that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm, you know, wide open in the corners, wide open on the wing. Cutting is, you know, easier. And I feel like it's not even just me. It's really everybody. And everyone's able to get going and able to be open and do what they have to do without having to do too much. I feel like everyone's real. On the offensive end, we're able to stay calm and stay poised, knowing that the ball's going to get swung around. We're going to get another chance to get the ball. And I just feel like everyone's doing a good job with that.
Oshae, on Sunday night you were saying, like, it's kind of surreal to be in at the end of these games and to be gaining this experience. So to basically have the play that every hooper would say is game. You gamed him with a dunk. How did that feel to just have that moment?
Amazing. You know, I saw the opening. I saw, you know, Tyrese going to attack, and you know, like I said before, you know, he draws so much attention because he could finish around the rim really well. But you know, cutting is a great strength of mine. So, you know, I saw the opening, was able to get down there, and you know, I knew he was going to find me.
And then what did you think of the way Terry was cutting too? I don't know if he was like copying off your test or something, but he looked pretty good out there as well. And obviously he had one too where he went up and dunked it, and it went in, went out. But I mean, he played well tonight. Yeah,
TT's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. I like that you said that he's copying off my test, because like 2 games ago, he said, "Oh, I'm the reason why you're offensive rebounding now." And I was like, "Bro, I do that, so stop." So thank you for that, and I hope that he hears that I am the reason why he is cutting. So thank you.
Oshae, do you feel like there's any difference in your responsibilities when you're playing at the 3 in these lineups now that you guys are a lot bigger versus the 4, especially on offense where, you know, your team's a lot bigger?
No, I mean, you know, it's kind of the same thing: space the floor, rebound, and attack when I can. Just going back to my same point, you know, there's not much I have to do crazy offensively or try to get outside of my comfort zone, because I know the ball's going to be swung. I know the ball's going to get back to me in places where I could score. So being at the 3, being at the 4 really doesn't matter, because, you know, the guys that we have out there are willing to get everyone else going.
I know you've talked about cutting being a big reason you and Tyrese have fit so well together already. How did you guys kind of figure out the timing of all that so quickly? Has it just been a natural basketball instinct thing? Have you guys worked on it in practice? How did that come to be?
Really just a natural basketball instinct thing. I mean, he like draws so much attention. He could finish left and right. His floaters are crazy. You know, he could shoot. So, you know, people are always staring at him. So I just wait for them to turn their head, and I just right behind him, wide open.
Oshae, can you speak more to Tyrese's passing ability? What makes him such a special distributor?
You know, he's just very unselfish, and you know, that's where he separates himself. You know, he knows he could score, and everyone in the gym knows he could score. Everyone knows he could go for, you know, 30 any night. But his will to pass, his will to get everyone else open is what really makes, you know, him special, especially for us, because, you know, there's guys like myself, Terry, you know, guys who are willing to cut buddies wide open on threes. And I think that when he keeps that mentality, you know, trying to get everyone else open, opens up his game as well. And that's where he's able to get going, able to get to the basket, and just switch it up. You know, he's smart. We're all smart, all able to play off of each other. And, you know, I just think that the fact that he's very unselfish makes him the way that he is.
Pretty good. Did you all say anything to Tristan in the locker room, maybe a thank you, or after finding out that he's not going to be here anymore, especially after how well he played tonight?
Yeah. I mean, you know, he's a guy who's been around the league for multiple years, you know, won a ring, did a lot of things, great things. So, you know, his experience and the things that he's taught us, we're definitely going to hold on to that going forward. But definitely a big thank you, and, you know, good luck going to a great team who's looking to make that big playoff push. So, you know, congrats to him, and, you know, hope he could do what he needs to do out there for sure.
Terry, can you take us through the dunk that, like, wasn't a dunk, was a dunk, and then finally was a dunk?
Nah, that's a dunk. I'm counting that. Tyrese and them was telling me whenever I set the screen, get out of it quick so they can't switch it. So I just got out of it quick, and by the angle, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to use my strength to, like, try to bully him. So I just had to try to dunk it, and the result happened.
Is your phone blowing up because of that play?
I ain't really checked it, to be honest. I mean, I was just sitting there, and then I went to the cold tub, listened to music, and then I took a shower, and then after that, I came in here. I ain't really check it.
I was just checking to see if, like, you know, Austin P was saying we know what school he goes to and everything.
They probably will eventually.
Okay,
they probably will.
But in all seriousness, when it comes to Tyrese and the way I know he passes the ball pretty well as far as assists, but how much do you think him just pushing it ahead helps guys and maybe fires you all up to run even more? Because, like, it seems like he gets it and he'll just get rid of it, whether it's an assist or not, and it'll lead to an eventual bucket.
Yeah, I mean, he's always looking to push the pace, and, you know, he's telling us, like, if you run, like, I'm trying to throw it ahead so we can score early, because, you know, the ball beating the defense up the course the fastest way. So it's just, you know, it brings energy to our team, and, you know, the ball has life, and it's not just sticking to one person and watching them go ISO. So, you know, that's fun to play with.
Terry, you mentioned a couple weeks ago that you thought your most natural position was kind of a small ball forward. These last couple games getting to do that, has that felt a little better and more comfortable for you?
I mean, I just do what's necessary for my team. I don't really care like what everybody wants me to play or where they think I should play. You know, I'm gonna do the right things to help my team win. So at the end of the day, as long as I'm rebounding and playing defense and, you know, just making the extra plays, I think that's all that matters.
What kind of impact did Tristan Thompson have on you in his short time here now that we know he's headed to a different team?
He had a big impact. I mean, even he was here for just like a week. Like, it's just the little things he says, you know, little pointers like how to get out the screen faster, you know, just keep going. Like, no matter if I miss a shot or whatever's happening, or if I get a big rebound, he's telling me like, yo, like, if you ain't got nothing, kick it out. Same with Tyrese if that happens. So it's just him being his veteran presence and, you know, him being in the league for a while has helped me.
Was there any confusion this week on people calling you guys TT both at the same time?
Yeah, it was big confusion. The Tyrese yelling, and I look at him, and he's looking at Tristan. I'm like, oh, okay, like.
So between the two TTs, whose dunk was better?
Probably his. It shocked me. I didn't think he could get back. I didn't think he can get up like that.
Can't compliment ever.
I didn't think he could get up still like that.